What you're about to see are passionate, dedicated, and trained people practicing and preparing to enter an extreme sporting event that may change their lives. Do not try this on your own without necessary experience and supervision.
Breathe in, breathe out. This moment's what it's all about. Born to be great, your goal awaits. Don't hesitate. Accelerate!
Set for the race, aim to give it all I got. Mind is set, gonna reach the high spot. Working hard in order to fulfill my goal. Nothing can stop me from getting what I'm going for. That's being great. I was working tirelessly, so I won't hesitate. Gotta get to first place. Hands on the golden plate. I'll concentrate. Won't hit the brake, just move forward. Accelerate. What's up, guys? You are watching Accelerate. On last week's show, we checked out two new extreme accelerators. 11-year-old motorbike racer Tabang and 15-year-old rock climber David. They both showed us what it takes to prepare for their extreme sporting events. This week, Tabang takes a pit stop, but we'll see if David can reach the top and claim a podium finish. Let's check it out.
So the provincials, it's split up. So provincials is the smallest one, and what happens is if you do well in this, you'll get put through to the national competition, which if you do well in that, then you get selected for China.
So today is event day, and I'm competing in the provincial climbing competition. A typical event day starts for me by me getting up early, packing my things, and having a quick healthy breakfast. It's important I get enough good nourishment throughout the day because climbing can be very taxing on the body. I do a quick session on the slackline just to warm up my muscles, and that's also a lot of fun. I make my way down to the event, which is held at Hang Time in Cape Town. My dad is involved with the organizing, so he gives the participants a briefing on the basic rules and how things will proceed for this day. There are people from around the province competing, and the competition is tough. I want to make sure that I do well today because if I do, it takes me one step closer to competing in China. So I walk around the venue to get a scope of things. I try out some of the start holds to get a feel for the wall and to plan my route. I'm doing 6 climbs today in the competition. The way you are scored for the climbs is how many holds you reach on your attempt. So if your competitor gets 12 holds and you get 15, you win. A hold is a resin shape that's attached to the wall that allows you to grip onto it, so you're not just gripping straight onto the wall. I'm doing 6 climbs today. 3 of those climbs are for the under 15 category and 3 of them are for the open category. I'm competing in the open men's category today to give myself a competitive edge in my under 15 age group. We're not allowed to practice the climbs that we've been given for the competition, but what I do get to do is warm up on the bouldering wall. Before each climb, I do a visualization technique where I shadow climb the whole climb in my head. We go into the isolation area so we can't see our competitors climb. There's a pool table in the isolation area which we take advantage of. This is nice because it takes our minds off the climbing. When we're in isolation, the runners come to us with our ropes and let us know when we're going to climb. Once I get given my rope, I put my harness on, I tie in, I put my shoes on, and I walk out into the climbing arena for my first climb.
I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I'm quite looking forward to just climbing again. I haven't climbed in a while, so yeah.
I felt quite confident before my first climb because I knew it was my under 15 category climb, which is a bit easier than the open men's category.
What's happening now is some of the climbers who set the routes are climbing them because the climber who's climbing first needs to see how to do the routes. In the qualifiers, we're going to have what's called a flash competition, which means you watch somebody to climb the route, so you know how they do it, so you can reference from what they do to what your style is. In the semi-finals and finals, it'll be a on-site comp, which means you're not allowed to watch anyone. We'll be sitting in isolation, which means we can't watch all the other climbers climb, and You have to just work out the moves as you climb.
After the break, we'll see if David can hang on tight and grab that gold. Stay right there. We'll be back. Welcome back, guys. This is Accelerate. Today we're hanging out with 15-year-old rock climber David. He's got 6 intense climbs to make his dream of competing in China a reality. Each climb David attempts will be scored by a roots judge. She will count the amount of holds David gets before he reaches the top. So the less holds he gets for each climb, the better.
Okay, the demonstration was, I think it helped a little because I wasn't really sure what to do on the top moves. But I think for the most part I was sort of set on the way I was going to do the climb. So I think the demonstration helped a little bit for the top moves, where I wasn't really sure because it looked quite reachy and I wasn't sure if I'd be able to reach them. But I think with the demo it helped me to figure out the moves for the top. I feel good. I mean, I haven't climbed in a while and I'm quite excited to just get my shoes on and climb a little bit. Yeah.
I start off with my under 15 qualifier, a green route. So I chalk up and begin my ascent. In the qualifying route, I'm only allowed to use the green holds with the yellow tape on them. I reach up and clip the first quick draw. At this point in the route I feel good and not too tired yet. As I reach up through the roof, I feel it getting more and more tricky. I have a quick chalk up and reach up right through the roof onto the slab. I get a right heel hook, which takes some weight off my arms. As I get up onto the slab, the holds slowly start getting smaller and smaller as the angle declines. I get a bit confused and I chalk up and take a closer look at the route. My belay is watching me with intent. My arms are slowly beginning to burn as I clip the last quick draw. I chalk up, get a right hand, and try to rock up onto my left foot. I get a high left foot and reach up to the last hold. I just managed to grab it with my reach and I clip the chains. I yell take to my belay and he lowers me down to the ground. I felt that the route was a little bit too reachy and that there was too much rope drag from the friction caused by the rope dragging against the wall.
Okay, it's too reachy.
I'm busy tying in the rope for my next qualifier. I put on some liquid chalk to dry my hands out so I don't slip off during the climb. I'm thinking about the route and how I'm going to climb it. I look at the holds and plan out where to put my feet and where to put my hands. This climb is for my open men's category. I'm a little nervous, but I'm still confident. I put my hands on the starting hold and get a high right foot and reach up with my right hand to the first hold. So the route I'm going to be climbing is marked out by orange holds and yellow tape. As I climb, I move with precision to make sure that I don't touch any of the other holds and only the ones marked with orange holds and yellow tape. As I clip the first quick draw, I move my foot up and reach up left hand. I move up into the roof, following my feet beneath me. And I clip one of the drawers in the roof. I cross my hands and get my right hand into grabbing the rope, so I clip the next drawer. My arms are slowly beginning to burn as the lactic acid builds up in them from the tiring moves. As I get through the roof onto the face, I'm starting to get really tired and the right heel hook's taking some weight off my arms. I change it to a toe and rock up onto it to grab the holds above the roof. I grab a really small hold with my right hand and get my left foot up, rock up onto it and then grab the hold on my left. I grab a really small hold with my right hand and get my left foot up, rock up onto it and then grab the hold on my left. This move's really balancy and I have to be really careful that I don't just fall off the rock. It's starting to get really hard to clip because of all the rope drag, and I managed to get a no hands rest and chalk up. I stand up and grab the last hold with my left hand and reach up for the finishing hold with my right. The rope drag's really bad and I only just managed to clip the last drawers. As I clipped the last drawers, I felt super relieved that I'd sent the first route to the open men's qualifiers. After the climb they let me down and I was really happy. So I untie the knot from my harness and make my way back to isolation. So the next climb is my under 15 semi-finals.
I'm quite worried about this section over here with that big green hole and going off that. But other than that, I think it's going to be. I think the rest looks doable. Yeah.
I'm feeling really confident after just topping out the open men's qualifiers. For my under 15 semis, the route marked out for me is light green holes with dark green tape on them. As I clip the first draw, I get into a really high step with my left foot and pull on the side of the wall or the arete with my left hand. I grab a really small hold with my right hand and get a left foot high and reach up right hand for a really bad hold. I figure that's not the best way to do it and I try some other options, but none of them seem to be working. I only just managed to reach the next hold with my right hand and I clip the draw in relief with a quick chalk up. I rock up over onto my left foot and grab a small hold with my left hand. I clip the next draw with my right hand and chalk up. I swap feet, get a small drop knee and stand up. After I clip the next draw, I chalk up and get a left hand. The next hold looks big but is really slopey, and I'm starting to wonder if I'll be able to send the climb. I reach up on the really high part of it and it feels good. I get a hand-foot match and stand up on my right foot. I get into a good hold and clip with my left hand. I chalk up quickly, stand up onto the big volume, and bump up to this finishing hold and clip the chains. I was really happy that I had sent that one because now this means that I'm through to the finals for the under 15 category. I'm busy tying in the rope for my next semi-finals. I put my shoes on and I walk out into the climbing arena. I'm tied in with my shoes on and I'm ready to climb. The route marked out for me is black holds with yellow tape on them. I chalk up and slowly head through to my first starting holds. I cross over with my right hand, pop up, get a right foot on the starting holds, and start climbing really quickly so as not to get tired. Clip with my left hand and grab a high left hold, but realize that it's not such a good idea. I get a high foot and bump up to it. Have a quick chalk up with my left hand and get a high left foot and stand up onto it. I grab quite a slopey hold with my left hand and have to put both hands onto it as not to fall off. At this point in the route, I'm feeling tired but feeling confident that I'll send. I get a one-finger pocket, get a left hand and clip the last draw. I grab the finishing hold and clip the chains. I feel really relieved that I sent the semi-final route for the Open, which means I'm through to the finals. And I'm also really happy that it didn't take too much energy out of me and I still have some energy left for the final route. My belayer pulls through the rope once I've untied so that other climbers can climb after me. I head off back to isolation and wait to do my under 15 finals.
After the break, we'll see if David can step up and secure a place in the podium. In the meantime, if you have an extreme sport that you'd like us to check out, why not tell us about it on our Facebook page? Who knows? You could become our next accelerator. Welcome back, accelerators. Today we're reaching some epic altitudes with 15-year-old rock climber David. He's already climbed 4 tough routes. Can you hold on for just 2 more climbs to grab a place on the podium and get one step closer to competing in China? We're about to find out.
I'm starting my final under 15 climb for today. It's marked out by orange holds with yellow tape. I'm a little bit nervous as I see a move a bit higher up the wall that looks a little tricky. I clip the first draw and rocked up into a really bad pinch with my right hand and clip the next draw. I reach over and try stand up and grab a right side pull with my hand. I grab a pretty bad left hand and get a left toe up. And I grab a small right hand. I clip off the small right hand, which is quite strenuous, and do a quick chalk up just to make sure I don't slip. Then I grab the really slopey sloper. This move is feeling really tricky and I'm starting to get nervous. I get both hands onto the sloper and get a right foot where my right hand was. I try press up into the sloper to try get the next move and get my left foot on, and I don't manage it, I fall. At this point I'm feeling very frustrated with myself. After being really frustrated, I get the tight knot undone after me falling on it and storm off back to isolation. I was frustrated because I've done much harder routes before and felt like I could have done it. After falling, all I've got left is the Open Men's Qualifier, which I hope I do well in. So this is my last climb for the day. I'm feeling a bit bummed that I didn't do too well in the under 15 finals, but hopefully I'll be able to make it up in this climb. Just before I climb, I start shaking all the blood to my arms so I don't get as tired as quickly. I chalk up and grab the first starting holds. This climb's marked by yellow holds with green tape and looks really hard. The holds feel really small and slippery. I go with the wrong hand to one of the holds in the beginning and clip off it. I stand up with my left foot into a really small little pinch. I get a high foot with my right foot and clip with my right hand. I bump up into a really small little crimp and cross hands. I feel that this won't work and I go straight up with my left hand to the hold. I bump straight left hand up just before the roof. I clip with my right hand and get into this really terrible little hold in the roof. I try push with my right foot and feel like it's not going to work and I change feet with the left foot on. I reach up and my hand pops and I fall. I feel really disappointed at this because I feel like I could have gotten much further. Both my parents come to almost all of my competitions and support me. I feel like having them there really helps me climb.
He's so angry about that, because that's his, the only bit on the whole climb that he would like.
After all 6 climbs, I feel like I could have done better, but I'm all in all happy with my performance. At the end of the day, we have prize giving. Going into prize giving, I'm not really sure if I've secured a first place, because I still don't know how the other competitors did.
Now gold business, stand no dear.
I managed to get gold for my provincial competition. I'm quite proud of this achievement because it means I get to go to nationals, and if I impress there, I can qualify for the competition in China, which means I'll get to compete against climbers from across the globe.
So after 6 tough climbs, David has managed to grab a gold medal in his under 15 provincial competition. He's also secured a bronze medal for his open men's category. Well done, David. Hope to see you climbing some great walls in China soon. Next week, we'll see if Taban can tear up the track in his regional competition. Don't miss out. In the meantime, check out our Facebook page for more news and views.